Danger Zone. Make sure to pick up your anti-Deegan Club shirt in the link down below here, baby.
I do not support that.
I will be wearing that next week.
Everybody
Detroit.
flame the shit out of him if you see him.
I mean, if you see me, come say hi. It's totally fine. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Tell him he's a
dude.
I'm wearing the dopest Chevy Trucks leather Kawasaki jacket.
That's awesome.
It's badass.
That's awesome. Dude, I think it's funny. I don't have any ill will towards the kid. I like him. If I see him or Brian, I'm gonna definitely be like, hey, what's up, man? And just fucking like, what are they? Yeah. I say, what's Brad gonna do? Be like, bro, nice fucking shirt. I'm gonna be like, dude, I fucking love you guys because you guys just provide me with endless content strictly because your fans are crazy.
Like, thank you for supporting me. Supporting you.
Yes,
I guess.
yes. Like, I mean, literally, if I run into them like we did in Indy last year at dinner, as soon as I get the chance, I'm paying for their dinner because they have made me more money than I can.
Would that be funny if they actually knew who you were?
He might.
Again,
I mean, I can see Brian. I can see Brian, but I don't know about him.
We've talked about this a little bit. We reach people that we didn't fucking think, so It wouldn't surprise me if we're in their sights at least on a very peripheral vision. So
yeah, it is kind of crazy how many people recognize this show.
Yeah,
I guess.
So okay, so he's the title favorite. How many? I mean, I know he hasn't won a race, so that is a thing. But how many races does he win this year?
Does he ghost ride?
No.
Follow-up question.
No.
I don't honestly know with Hayden at this point because I don't really know his actual status.
So here's what I've been looking at, and again, back to the transparency thing that I was pissed about. But he has popped up on the internet posting of riding again. Got some content rolling, which he didn't have for a while.
Yeah.
So obviously there was an injury.
And that's a bad one. Scaphoid is bad.
Part number 2, he has a wrist brace on the left one while he's riding. If you look, he's got one of those Mobius braces on. 3, he doesn't look as flashy.
Hips floating around.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Not as loose as he was.
He looks a little tightened up. So what percentage is he at?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I can't answer that question because I can't disagree with he should be the title favorite. But we talked about this with the Scaphoid. That's not something that's ended a lot of careers, kind of like the Navicular did with Stu.
But comes in with a VRM mentality here. He could,
Does
which
he?
he could.
Does he?
I don't know. Do you think he does?
No, too
You don't
young
think
for
so?
that.
I think Brian gives him some VRM for sure.
I think so too.
I think it does until he gets to the point that you start getting in a battle with someone, and that, what is he, 17, 18 now? I don't know how old he is. That's
17.
That 17-year-old brain takes over, and
Yeah.
you kind of forget what Pops has been saying. I don't know, man. I just don't know how healthy he is. I don't know.
Dude, he's totally fine. Trust me. All 100 people that have messaged me on Instagram have told me he's totally fine.
He's running from Joe Schmoda.
He's riding. You're a fucking retard. They've called me all of that. They've told me literally all of this
on your
for the
personal
last
Instagram?
No, on the show.
I guess I haven't looked at
Dude,
it.
there's tons of people sent as soon as he started posting videos again, which I laughed at because from a content creator standpoint, I go, you guys obviously aren't. And we all can see this because if you're a content creator, you go out and you film for a day and you post it for 6 weeks. So it's like these could have been loaded in the hopper.
It's like when he had a picture of him banging through some whoops in a jacket.
Yeah.
You start looking at the weather and it's like, dude, that could have been from early December.
Yeah, a lot of people are pointing to that crash that he posted in the whoops as maybe being the wrist breaker.
Could be. I mean, 100% could be.
I don't know. I will reserve judgment till after Detroit because I just don't know how healthy he is. And honestly, here's another thing too. We could all not be, us probably because we have brains.
Yeah.
He might show up in Detroit this weekend and not even actually ride.
I've thought about that and talked about that too in comments, man.
Because they're always like, yeah, we'll be there,
Yeah,
but
we'll
not
be there.
necessarily riding. Yeah.
I don't know. And I know we're going to get blown up in the comments, but y'all need to realize, face facts. Scaphoid injuries are nothing to mess with. They've ended a lot of careers.
Nope.
And I don't care how young, how much money you got. A bone's a bone. And it only goes so far. And
look,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I got to see him ride. I will say that somebody did point out in one of the comments, which was a very astute thing, is because when we were bitching about transparency, they come in, they were
look, man, that's the only thing that would fix this situation.
They were
Transparency.
they were like, but look at how everybody's talking about it. Even when they're not racing, how do you stay relevant when you're not racing here? You have an injury like this that you don't come out and talk about.
You just hear about it through the
it works. Yeah.
how wild it would be, though, that if he actually is not racing.
Dude,
How many people are going to be pissed?
I'm gonna first off, I'll be texting you in the stadium, you better fucking tweet this right now that we were right, and fuck all of you.
How many people?
And I will say it in that live qualifying show. Like, I will be all over everybody who's been calling me an idiot, and maybe we're wrong.
There's a lot of people
Probably
that have
wrong.
bought tickets for Detroit thinking Hayden's going to be there. And how many pissed off people do you think there's going to be that if he shows up,
I don't know,
but he's not racing?
Doesn't ride and doesn't put out at least some kind of statement.
Do you guys know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to be a good look, and I'm sure they've thought about this.
Let me look at Snapchat. Let's see what he's doing right now.
I'm glad you are that guy.
I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't know. Like, we don't know how healthy is. He's 100%. Is he 50%? Is he 75? Is he 33? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I can't gauge it because I don't know how healthy he is. And if he's 100%, which doubtful, you want to be like, yeah, of course, he's going to be the guy that you are going to pick to win the title and win a bunch of races. But it's like, I don't know. And here's another thing too, and I'm not saying this is going to happen to him. He's a sophomore now.
Yeah,
Sophomore slump is a thing, bro.
Yep.
You're not above that, even in being Hayden Deegan.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm gonna reserve judgment until after this weekend.
Yeah. What are you finding? Anything good? Nothing.
You on Haley's?
They were-
Hanging out on Haley Deegans?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, she's about to get married.
I got rid of her on all my stuff because I can't stand her.
Well, you're also in a committed relationship, so
Well, that, but also...
I mean, she's a public figure, so it's kind of whatever.
Yeah, I was just going around turn 3, and then, I just had a little rubber built up on the outside, and then I just spun it because I can't drive.
You all right over there? You're right.
honestly, it hurts more to laugh nowadays because there's
Unbelievable. Yeah.
I mean, was I spot on or what?
God, dude.
I
yes.
mean,
Quit.
I do agree with you though. Like, not knowing the extent of the injury here, and again, as we said, I'm not fully convinced that they don't show up.
No, they're showing up.
Oh, yeah,
they'll
but
be
not
there.
ride.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But like I said, those videos weren't the
Didn't look
videos
great,
we were
no.
seeing.
It's gonna give us something to talk about with the backlash if he shows up and doesn't ride and doesn't tell anybody.
But honestly, like that would be such a Brian thing to do because
internet-
Brian is so doesn't
Anti.
matter. People are talking.
The internet will.
thing
If we
is-
thought this last week with Jet and Ando was a big deal, the internet will blow the fuck up.
Here's the other thing: is how many weeks have we been talking about this? It's been since the start of the season, right? So
Yeah.
4-ish, and so it must have happened before that. So
Obviously happened whenever after the photo shoot. Mm-hmm. Within that time.
5.
I think
So
that's
it's probably been 5 or 6 weeks. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he shows up and rides, but it also wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't.
There's somebody out
Well-
there that knows the Deegan timeline. Fill us in.
If he doesn't, yeah, I know y'all in the comments
Oh,
know
we're
that
gonna get it.
timeline.
Don't worry. As
I
soon as
wanna
I
see
clip
it.
this, we're gonna get it.
Here's the thing: if he misses Detroit but does still race, he's out of the title already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I don't know that he dominates.
No, I think he
wins
definitely
every
would be the
race.
guy that you would pick to win more. But there's
with him being a little less than 100%, you know who might have the same speed?
Vince Freeze.
Vince Freeze
Dude,
No,
might
stop.
be just as fast.
Stop.
Dude, he shows up to Detroit. He's racing at 50%. Vince just right off the start.
Yeah,
Vince
is
might
going to
actually
be riding 110% to stay with his 50%.
I'll
It's
tell you.
gonna happen.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
this: if Vince tees off on Hayden, that man's gonna get all the death threats.
Hey, dude,
There's
not-
gonna be
not-
so many 14-year-olds in his DMs. They'd be like, "You motherfucker."
Wow, look at San Francisco tied that up. Be weird if they made this Super Bowl, wouldn't it?
Oh, you can definitely script that ball that bounced off that dude's face.
So
weird, huh?
yeah, it was so weird that the Baltimore Ravens made it in.
Well,
that was
we'll
awkward.
see here.
It's gonna be great when the Lions make it with.
It would be funny. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other dudes, but
I would say that was all I could come up with that was major to talk about here. I don't know, like,
That's a catch.
title picks. Right now, gun to your head, you're going to fucking die if you don't pick it. Go.
Tom Viel.
Go.
For title,
Yes.
I'm going